Yo, what's up, boys? So today's review, of course, is of Magifelix, the #1 player on the European West server. This man has been putting in a grind since Season 10 began. He peaked at 1.7k LP this week. Maybe he's trying to hit that LP record. It's around about 1760, 1770, I think, set by Jensen, maybe in Season 3 or something like that a long time ago. So let's see if he can hit it maybe this week or next before the LP gains really start to balance out. Which usually happens after the early season as we slowly move away from it. You can see here, if you go to his like recent games, dude, 18 games this day, 23 games this day, 15, 18 games, 14 games, 15 games, 17 games. He's been averaging like almost 17 to 18 games per day for the last couple of weeks. And obviously this man just putting in such an incredible effort to climb with. And today I'm just going to be breaking down his playstyle. It's very unique to him. I love the way he plays. So without further ado, let's get into the gameplay. Before we hit the riff, guys, of course, this website I use is Mobalytics, the best analytical website for League of Legends players. I'll put a link down in the description below if you want to give it a go. Jumping onto the riff now, we're playing Qiyana and into a Cassiopeia. Rune setup is Electrocute, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Relentless Hunter, secondary is Time Warp Tonic, and Minion Dematerializer. Corrupting Potion is the starter. This is a textbook Qiyana rune page. It's set up for early dominance to snowball the map, get a little bit of movement speed from that Relentless Hunter, move around the map with your mobility boots, and take over the early game to snowball. So this Cassiopeia matchup, I mean, it's pretty difficult, let's be honest. If you can jump onto the Cassiopeia from a flank, it's great. But front on, the Cassiopeia has that W, the miasma. If you jump onto that, you can't jump off, you are grounded. So you're going to have a little bit of problems there. Obviously, the ultimate, if you don't have mechanics to do the turn back, you're also going to get caught up with a little bit of CC. The exhaust also posing a little bit of a risk. But realistically, your priority in these type of games should be get mobility boots and then roam to the vulnerable lanes. Top lane, Solution, it is very vulnerable. Talia also vulnerable. The Draven and the Nautilus, it's a risky lane to gank, and I'd be very cautious of this. And we're going to see how he plays this level 1 out. You pretty much just want to play it from a distance, guys. You start your Q on Qiyana. You can see, gets that Q a little bit harassed off. Level 1, level 2, you will lose this matchup. Avoid trading at all costs. Just go for that CC, guys. There's no harm in not going for trades level 1, level 2. Just be aware of that. As the Cassio overextends incredibly hard, the Jarvan has some really good pathing, goes red to mid. It's a great path. And he's going to go red to red. Red gank mid, then to red. So let's see how Magifelix plays this. This type of scenario happens pretty often in Soloq where your jungler really does play like a Pepega, to be honest. Like the Jarvan is just invading. He doesn't have priority in the mid lane. And Magifelix decides, hey, I'm going to move first. I'm going to sack the wave a little bit and I'm going to move. He has inside track on the Cassio. In Soloq, this inside track is very valuable. But you have to be the one to determine, am I making the risk to roam here? Or am I going to sit mid and grab a small CS advantage? In Soloq, I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You need to make the choice yourself. He comes through, picks up a double kill. Because the Cassiopeia is too slow, she can't roam, she can't make up that distance, and she doesn't make it to the skirmish as... They might actually pick up another kill here. Cassio's low mana. No flash, no exhaust should drop. Yep, gonna be cute. Boom. Thank you very much. 3-0 start. And the wave is in a really good spot, guys. At the end of the day, sometimes if, like, obviously Magifelix, the wave was in a good spot. He goes for the roam. But if your wave is in a terrible spot, guys, like it's a massive crashing wave, your jungler is like at your blue buff getting invaded on, spam pinging you to come, you can't go. Sometimes you cannot leave the lane first. It's too high of a risk. And at the end of the day, I can't tell you which scenario is better. You got to make that decision yourself. Just know sometimes it's better to roam. And sometimes you don't have to help your jungler. You just let them die. You grab that lane experience, that CS, and then you come into the game when you get your items. So you can see here, mobility boot rush. No surprise there. He's going to be running back to lane super quick. Has that Relentless Hunter stacked up as well. My man's Relentless Hunter is going to be, I think he must have 3 stacks now. Disgusting. So mid lane seems like it's in a bit of a stalemate, so he decides, I'm going to go top side. There's a dive happening. Goes hard, flashes in. Not sure if that flash was needed. Tries to save the Ornn, does so. Picks up the 4th kill onto the Talia. I'm going to try and trace this Lucian down. She should be able to. Yep. WQ. WQ. Boom. 5-0 at 4 minutes 20. Yeah, buddy. And he'll come back in a lane, and it'll actually, because he's so quick. Oh my god, look how aggro Magi's playing this. He's going in. Cassio's no mana. He comes back into the lane, guys. And I mean, he's actually not down that much. You can see he's actually up in CS. He's doing fine. He picks up a little bit of... Oh, that's so close. Some XP in the mid lane. Let's see if he roams straight to the bot side, because they're overextended. Jesus Christ. This is how you snowball the map, guys. You need to be looking at all lanes at all times. You can just tell how much awareness this guy has. That jungle invade, straight to it. Topside dive, going straight to it because the mid is in a stalemate. Bot lane overextended, hovering bot. You need to have control over the entire map. Do not just funnel into the mid lane like a lot of people do. And you can see here, they're not on vision, and they're looking to pincer this Cassiopeia off. Ends it. I mean, god damn, how easy is that setup? Kiana Jarvan, god, that's a combo. The Cassiopeia needs to respect it. She doesn't. And she's going to lose this entire wave. Probably looking back to the top side. The Lucian is definitely, as I was saying earlier, such an easy... over a ward there. Doesn't pick it up. Goes for the base here. I think he saw he was on vision. Decides it's going to be a little bit too hard to commit on the Lucian. He's going to go for the base. Is it going to be Tiamat or lethality? Straight lethality, okay? If you are not snowballing your lane, grab that Tiamat up. It's going to help out a lot. Or if you're into a champion in the mid lane that hard shoves very easily, something like a Syndra or something, you're going to be getting shoved in so often, the Tiamat helps out a lot. But you're into a Cassiopeia who doesn't shove that well, costs a lot of mana. You're snowballing with 5 kills. You want this game to end at 15-20 minutes, okay? You don't want to go late. You don't want to farm. You don't really, like, you want to farm, but you don't want to power farm. You just want to influence the map right now, and that's what he's going to be going for. And you'll see this when he goes for a combo, how much damage and tempo he has right now on the map. It's going to be quite disgusting. Nice little combo in there. On a practice tool, guys. Play a couple of, like, play 10-20 minutes of Kiana just doing the combos. It's not that hard of a champion to play once you understand the combos and the elements. It's actually not that hard. It seems like a difficult champion, but it really isn't. Just because you're hyping or think yourself as a non-mechanical player, you definitely still can pick it up. Nothing available top side, nothing available bot side. Maybe a bot side dive is the go. On level 6, which is coming up just in a second, you might see a dive onto the Cassiopeia. The Cassio has all sums though. Magifelix will know this, so he might be a little bit more cautious, especially with a 500 gold shutdown on his head. Arvin just rummaging through. Moving in now. Level 6, I mean, a bot lane dive just makes sense, right? Jarvan goes in, you ultimate. That's some free gold right there. Come on, guys. Hop over. Don't be frigid. He picks that one up. Is she going to zone? She looks like she's going to zone. The wave's going to crash. Cassiopeia is still mid. Keep track of that. This Nautilus is going to suicide. The problem is who tanks. Let's see how they do it. Because if I'm the Kiana, I really don't want to tank here. The Jarvan. Who's tanking? No. Oh, goes to the goddamn Thalia. You can see this. This is such an awkward dive. Somebody does have to die there. And it actually ends up dropping 2 people. I knew that was going to be a little bit awkward trying to dive a Nautilus with Aftershock. And at the end of the day, he spent too much time there. I think maybe after that, the instant kill onto the Draven, just roam away. Just go back to the mid lane. It looks like Ornn swapped in the mid lane to grab the farm. So now he's going to hit that base off. I wouldn't be surprised if he has enough gold for the item upgrade. What does he go? What's the first item? Okay. It's looking like he's going to go for the Ghost Blade first. It's definitely the better option. If you're looking to roam around the map, you get 20 extra passive movement speed. Synergize in with that Relentless Hunter and the mobility boots. You can be over the entire map. Like no other champion, pretty much. Maybe Talon can contest that. I want to see a solo kill. Can you please set me up with a solo kill, my dude? Not quite yet. Also, guys, I'm going to Korea. 10 days until I'm going to Korea. Going with TF Blade. A couple of other boys are going to be coming across. Make sure to drop a subscription to this channel, guys, on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, just press subscribe. Maybe I'm going to be versing Faker again. Hopefully, I'm going to verse Dopa. That's my goal. Dopa in Korea. That's the goal. It's going to be fun. Play a little bit more aggressive. Come on. The reason why Magifelix, by the way, is so high rated, in my opinion, is his mentality. This man plays every game like it's his last game. He doesn't give up. He will literally just play every single game out, never surrender. And a lot of times he's able to come back into the game. There's a lot of players that just will FF a game that seems unwinnable. Magifelix is the opposite, man. Like, he has very consistent performances, and he comes back from a big deficit a lot of the times because he never gives up. He always looks for that small opportunity to come into the game, as opposed to other players who will probably tilt early. They say, I can't carry this game, I can't snowball it, I'm going to give up. Obviously, he's snowballing this game, but just in instance, that's why I think he's reached such levels that he has. I don't necessarily think Magifelix is a better player than people like, you know, the Caps, the Faker, you know. He's not that caliber of player, but I think that in Soloq he's so good because of his mentality. I think everybody can learn from that mentality. No game is a free game. Play every game like it's your last, and you'll come up a lot of time. You get 2 or 3 wins that you didn't think you could have. Maybe that's the difference between getting into a promotional series, getting your desired goals or not, as he flashes in here looking for the Talia. Grabs it up. 6th kill of the game. Has to blow flash there. And Kire, not able to do much. Talia, like, Kiana versus Talia, man. I mean, it's so bad for Talia because there's no way. You can pop an E in front of you and Kiana will chunk herself a little bit, but it's not quite enough. It doesn't really matter. Looking for a Ghost Blade purchase here. Does get it. No sweeper. I wonder. I guess he has a control word, but I would have liked to see a sweeper here. Moving back into the mid lane. Magifelix right now, he plays for Fnatic Rising, who plays in like the... Look, there's so many tournaments. Is it... I really don't know. It's like it's not the Academy League. They play in like some different thing. EU Masters, is it? I don't really know. But he does play on the Fnatic B side. The guy has potential. I'd like to see him on a starting LEC roster for 2021. There's rumors he's still like, you know, he has problems within team environments, communicating or something. I don't know the full depth. I don't want to start any rumors, but I think that hopefully he's working on that. He'll improve that. 2021, I'm looking to see this guy make a big statement on the LEC stage. He needs to get in quickly though. I don't want to see him like just... I think this guy's a lot of potential, and people have been saying this for such a long time. I don't want to see him kind of like shy away from, you know, being uncomfortable on stage or whatever it is. I just want to see him take a big risk and see what happens. I think he's had games on stage, but they haven't been the best, I believe. As he picks up the Lucian. Lucian has a farm advantage, but it's a 0-4 Lucian. Jesus Christ. Gonna shove in the top side. Let's count how long it takes him to get to the bot lane fight. Is he gonna go for it? It's 12:23 when he's top side. Let's see. Shut 10 seconds has passed. He's gonna shove the mid lane quickly. It doesn't even look like his bot lane needs it. God damn it. Damn, I was excited. I wanted to see how fast he could get to the other side of the map. He's gonna hit that base in here. I'm guessing 100% more lethality, but what lethality item? Usually it's a Duskblade. Edge of Night, it seems actually he's going to get a little bit of health bar. It makes sense into something like the Cassiopeia. Edge of Night is such a good item right now for lethality users. Gives you that lethality, some health, some survivability from that passive. It's actually a very good item. Used very often on Nocturne mid. Proper good for going in for dives. Prevents a little bit of that CC coming out at the first stages. You can see here how, like, he just plays the map, guys. And this is how you play things like the Kiana. I think in future, I'll do another review on Magifelix, but I think I want to do a more control mage. He plays a really mean Cassiopeia, very controlled. But he has, I mean, he doesn't really have a unique champion pool. He can play anything. He can play early game, play assassin. He can play control mage. He doesn't really have any issues with his champion pool at all. He can do everything. That's why I think he's one of the best candidates for like an up-and-coming mid. But he's been up and coming for a long time now, so... Tough one. And I think Nemesis, obviously. I think Nemesis is very good. I think Nemesis is probably... I mean, you can't argue that he's not a top 3 mid in the LEC. The guy's freaky good. Didn't do so crash hot at Worlds, but that's Worlds. You're up against the World Championship mids, also like better teams. Hard to stand out. Moving into the river. Leah seems out of position, but how do you collapse on it with no sums? Wow. Okay. Ah, dude, the wall didn't connect or what? That's a little bit awkward. I thought that was going to be a quadra kill. Far out. That's truly unlucky. I think maybe a little bit better of an angle. He had no flash, or what could you do? That would have been catastrophic for the enemy team. Look at this mid lane. So fuck. It's still full A, the tower. Dun dun dun. Let's get this shoved in. About a 6k gold advantage for the red side team. I don't necessarily think the blue side can pull it back. They don't have scaling on their side, in my opinion. I don't really think they have team fighting on their side. I don't know what they have on their side. They have a Draven. When you have Talia Lucian, two very vulnerable targets into like assassins like Jarvan and Kiana, I mean, just almost go next at that point. You can see he's looking to move in now on the Cassio. Can't quite get it with the Ornn. Ultimate's not up. Doesn't want to fully commit. As the Syndra picks up a solo onto the Draven. Ooh, looking for the hook. Blue buff gonna solo it. Probably drop into a side lane at this point. He wants the... at the end of the day, he wants top side to drop, and then they'll drop into a 1-3-1. They'll both shove the sides and look to pick. He's gonna try and playing towards the Ornn, I believe now. It makes a lot of sense. Into the Lucian. Lucian is such like a... Lucian top is good, right? But it is so vulnerable to like picks like that. There's not much you can do as a Lucian. You can't really turn anything. You're just looking to dominate your laning phase and then take over the map before it becomes an issue. That you don't provide any CC at all. It's the ultimate. Looking to grab that Nautilus up. Flash almost available. Jarvan ult comes in. He'll probably flank behind. Doesn't need to. Picks up the kill on the Nautilus. Beautiful little game. That's going to be a wrap, I believe. Yeah, enemy team has surrendered. So hopefully, guys, you've learned how to snowball the game. Maybe you've learned something about Magifelix yourselves. I hope you've enjoyed the review, and I'll catch you next time.